Hello there, you're now with me, Shel Tomato, for TVS English News at 5. Let's get to the headlines. The Batong Division Development Agency, BDDA, has identified 72 different project proposals costing 840 million ringgit. This was according to Deputy Premier Sarawak, Dato' Amar Douglas Ugahambas.
Its committee members, led by Uga himself, will pay a courtesy call to the Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, this Friday to brief him on its plans and proposals. Speaking at an appreciation dinner on Saturday for party workers from the Parti Pusaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB Bukit Saban branch, Uga pointed out that GPS candidate Dr. Richard Rapu's victory in the Batong parliamentary seat during GE15 was vital for the state. Uga said that the win by Dr. Richard Rapu will ensure that the newly formed BDDA will meet its objectives. Uga said the BDDA aims to develop economic activities through the agriculture and agri-food industry, industrial, commercial, business and entrepreneurship, and tourism sectors, and enhancing infrastructure as well as utility development and cultivating education excellence in students. He noted that all local leaders, civil servants, community leaders, business people, and everyone else must play a role in ensuring BDDA's success. In addition, Uga commented that the Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS government is in a good position to bring more development and prosperity to the state, with the hopes of more economic programs for the well-being of the people and the development of youths in the state.
Having a Sarawak Trade and Tourism Office in China should serve to strengthen the relationship between the two regions. The Sarawak-China Friendship Association SCFA said this during a courtesy call on Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg on Monday.
The establishment of a Sarawak Trade and Tourism Office China in Guangzhou or Fujian is also suggested as an official platform to provide advisory services for trade, investment and tourism to the people of Sarawak, China and beyond. In connection to this, a Trade and Tourism Office China will also be able to strengthen and to develop new commercial activities, investments, tourism, cultural and education linkages between Sarawak and China, and subsequently to ensure that the people of Sarawak and China can benefit mutually and equitably. The SCFA also suggested that the state government would appoint under the Sarawak's Premier's Department a special envoy to China. This will allow more effective engagement between the people of Sarawak and China, whether in international trades, foreign direct investments, arts, education, heritage, cultural, or science. The delegates of the Sarawak-China Friendship Association SCFA was led by its president, Dato' Wee Kok Tiong. Also present in the courtesy visit were Deputy Premier Dato' Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian and its Vice President Dato' Tan Jit Ki.
On to the next update. A lawyer failed to get permission from the Federal Court today to challenge the legality of the royal pardon granted to Prime Minister Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim in 2018. Chief Justice of Malaysia Tun Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat, who led a three-member bench in a unanimous decision, dismissed Muhammad Khairul Azam Abdul Aziz's applications to get leave to appeal after finding that the matter was now academic.
The top judge said the court made a finding of fact that the Pardons Board was properly constituted. He added that the questions proposed by Muhammad Khairul did not meet the threshold requirements under Section 96A and B of the Courts of Judicature Act 1964. On the advice of the Pardons Board to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Tengku Maimun said the Apex Court found that there was no basis to suggest any misrepresentation in the advice offered. The top judge said on the issue of conviction, the court found that the pardon document made no reference to the fact that the conviction was set aside. The Courts of Appeal's three-membered bench comprising Justices Dato' Hazanah Merhat, Dato' Indira Muhammad Sofian Abdul Razak and Dato' Lee Heng Cheong held that Muhammad Khairul did not have the right to question the clemency and the advice given to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong for the granting of the pardon to Anwar. Mohammad Khairul filed the originating summons on February 26, 2020, naming the Pardons Board and Anwar as respondents, claiming that several unconstitutional actions had been taken to ensure that Anwar received a pardon that released him from prison following the 14th general election. He claimed that the pardon granted to Anwar by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong contravened Articles 42, subsection 4 and subsection 5 of the Federal Constitution in view of the fact that pardons granted by the Agong should be based on the advice of the Pardons Board, which Mohammad Khairul argued had not yet been formally formed following the general election on May 9th, 2018 and the formation of the new government.
The Sabah State Legislative Assembly today passed two bills related to the transfer of gas supply regulatory power from the federal government to the state government. State Assembly Speaker Dr. Sri Kazim M. Yahya said the two bills, namely the Sabah State Energy Commission Bill 2023 and the Gas Supply Bill 2023, were passed with majority voice votes.
Sabah Chief Minister Datuk Seri Haji Noor, when tabling the Sabah Energy Commission Bill 2023, said the bill seeks to establish the Energy Commission of Sabah, otherwise known as ECOS. Hajiji added that with the bill, the ECOS will be empowered to perform regulatory functions for the gas supply sector in Sabah so that all activities in the sector can be controlled and carried out effectively and efficiently. Hajiji said the transfer of Gas Supply Regulatory Authority was the first phase of the plan to take over the power sector in Sabah. The second phase, the takeover of Electricity Supply and Renewable Energy Regulatory Authority from the federal government, is expected to take place in April this year. During the debate on the motion, Penambang Member of Parliament Dato' Iwan Benedict said the effort to take power over gas, electricity and the power sector was part of the full realization of the Malaysia Agreement 1963, which the people of Sabah had long desired. He also proposed the establishment of an all-party committee in the Sabah State Assembly to discuss and organize efforts to claim Sabah's right in MA 63 and the Federal Constitution. Meanwhile, Hajiji, when tabling the Gas Supply Bill 2023, said it empowers the state government to regulate the gas supply sector in Sabah so that all activities in the sector can be effectively controlled and conducted efficiently.
The political turmoil in Sabah appears to edge closer to a resolution, as a source tells us that a new cabinet could be sworn in tomorrow morning. The news comes as Chief Minister Dr. Sri Haji Noor declared that he has the support of 44 assemblymen and blessings from Prime Minister Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim. And on the line we have Amirul Mukminin live from Sabah with the details. Go ahead, Amirul.
Thank you, Cheryl. Today we're live from Istana Sri Kinabalu, where in the next morning we're expecting 44 assemblymen will go up here and to sworn up as the new cabinets for the Sabah cabinet. And we're expecting, since yesterday, the Prime Minister, Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim, already advised Dato' Sri Haji Noor to decide what's best for Sabah and its cabinet. And today we are still standing here. We are doing some scouting to see if there's a movement from the Istana Sri Kinabalu. But too bad we were informed by Istana today that there will be a sworn the next morning, 9 a.m., exactly 9 a.m. The Deputy new Chief Minister will be sworn up in Istana Sri Kinabalu. We're expecting Dato' Sri Shah Hilmi Yahya will be the new Deputy Chief Minister, replacing Dato' Sri Mukhtaruddin, who sacked yesterday by the Chief Minister Dato' Sri Haji Noor. In exactly reports today that we all would like to say to you that the Sabah is become again, the stability politics is here again. We can see that there's no more political turmoil for now. So as always, good morning, good evening and good night. Thank you, Cheryl.
As always, good evening, Amirul, and thank you so much for that update. Now we'll go for a short break. For the viewers out there, don't go anywhere. Welcome back. The number of overseas pilgrims was announced to be once again, as it was before the COVID-19 pandemic, without age restrictions. The matter was announced by Saudi Arabia's Minister of Hajj and Umrah, Dr. Taufik Fauzan Al Rabia, on Tuesday at the opening ceremony of Hajj Expo 2023, which will last until January 12th.
Al-Rabi'ah said that this would allow 2 million Muslims from outside of Saudi Arabia and approximately 200,000 domestic Muslims to perform the Hajj easily and conveniently. The total number of pilgrims in the 2022 Hajj season reached 899,353 pilgrims, which includes 779,919 international pilgrims out of 1 million pilgrims allowed. During the previous years of 2021 and 2020, the number was restricted due to health control measures as a result of the pandemic, compared to 2019 when numbers reached 2.5 million pilgrims. The Hajj Expo 2023, organized by Saudi's Ministry of Hajj and Umrah, is part of the ongoing efforts to build an ecosystem of innovative services and solutions in providing services while enhancing the pilgrims' religious and cultural experiences.
Virgin Orbit's first attempt to launch a satellite from the United Kingdom appeared to have failed when the rocket, the Launcher 1, faced an anomaly, preventing it from reaching the orbit. The company took to Twitter to say that they are currently evaluating the information and will share any latest developments regarding the project.
The mission had left from a coastal town in southwest England, with the Virgin Orbit's rocket being carried under a modified Boeing 747 named Cosmic Girl and later released over the Atlantic Ocean. However, the apparent failure dealt a hard blow to European space ambitions following Italy's Vega C rocket mission failure in late December. Since the incident, the rockets have been grounded until further notice. Virgin Orbit collaborates with the UK Space Agency, Cornwall Council and the Royal Air Force to establish the Start Me Up mission, a joint effort to carry satellites from 7 customers to space, including commercial and governmental payloads.
And those were the updates on TVS News at 5. I'm Shal Chameto. Thank you for watching.